It's a nice day today. It's clear skies. This morning, all of a sudden, it wanted to get cold, so I was feeling it in my throat in my run this morning. So that was very interesting. So, and then it was very interesting as well. I wonder who else got golfing in their algorithm that was recommended to them. That was very interesting. I was like, I don't even watch golfing. I'm like, why are you pushing this? It's like out of everything that you could have pushed, you wanted to push that. It was like, okay, got it. And then it's like, I'm just on this road of just getting back in the groove of things. I just feel like for a few years starting this channel, I just kind of fell off. I'm just trying to figure out my groove with things as I figure this YouTube thing out. So I'm just trying not to rely on motivation and just getting back. That's the cool thing about having already started a thing and already had like a routine that you can just kind of get back into it while it's new. You can kind of, what is going on? See, this is why I can't have you in my ear. You ain't calm. That's the thing. Like, I have to be stimulated, so I'll be having like Minecraft in my ear. So, but anyway, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, motivation. It's like you definitely don't want to. I definitely didn't want to rely on motivation. I know that that's another thing. You just have to like get up and go. But there's what was that? There's always like the thing of just like overthinking and things like that. So I just like I got up, I went, and it was wonderful. Except for it just like because the seasons are changing, it got a little colder this morning. So I felt that in my throat this morning. I was just like not here for that. But I did get a nice little shot of the ducks. I found I've swines. I guess they're swines. I was like, oh, so pretty. So I got a little shot of that. That was nice. Um, yeah, it's just the little things that can just like bring incentive and motivation. And it's like, of course, like having my music and everything like that. I've just like been stuck on. I don't know how to denim and just like um all of Blackpink's releases, bangers, like Lisa's album, banger, Jenny, banger, and then like I really like the single from Jizoo. That was really good. Earthquake. Yeah, that's like one of my main incentives that just like I just like find that thing that just like the piece of candy to like make me want to do it. It's like, oh, if I do this, I get this, or when I do this, I get to do this as well. So it's just like I love to, get out there and it's like my time to jam out and listen to the new music and just like vibe out. It's a good time. So yeah. Um yeah, it's just like everybody releasing all the new songs and everything like that. And just like that's the thing about like getting out of your usual routine and like stepping into a new one is like it gives you that like shiny toy syndrome, I guess you could say. It's like it becomes exciting again because it's like how you were doing things before were just becoming so dull. And that's the thing too. It's like on a random rant, Dressed to Impress. Like I wonder who else have just like kind of enjoyed watching it here and there. I remember watching one creator like with their creator of Dressed to Impress, and it was just like, girl, you can't get it together. Um, and I always have this thing like if I think that I'm better than someone at something, try to do it yourself. So I downloaded it, and I'm like, first off, it's not that easy because it's already kind of established or whatever like that. You already have people who know codes and just like different things. And I was just like, this is not as easy as you think. So it's just so funny. It's just like every time I try new things that I think that I could be better at with someone else, it's like I get a ego crusher when I realize it's like, it's not that easy. It's like as people make things seem, it's like, you know, yeah, that's the thing too. It's just like working on ego. It's like ego is just like one of those things that's just like a daily process of just realizing, you don't have it all together and it's like you just but I love learning um well, I've always said, like I like learning through experience, but at the same time I just rather just to be good at something right off. But yeah, I didn't really have much to talk about today. I think that's the thing of just like showing up, just recognizing that, like, getting comfortable in the mundane processes of life. Like, not everything is going to be on 1,000. I just like that's why I want this comfortability with the camera, is just like to just make it like real life, like how you just have your highs and lows, and that just like every video isn't going to hit and slap, and or you're not going to just feel like, oh my gosh, this is just so great, and then the algorithm doesn't do anything, and it's just like, I'm a small YouTuber. It's like, it's of course it's not going to do much. It's like the algorithm has changed. It's that that's another tangent. I just wonder. It's just like, how like in the past, like with MK Ultra and stuff like that, I just like have this. I know that this is a social experiment, so it's just like so interesting to. I know they're not going to tell you, but I'm getting off the topic. Well, I'm not even on topic, but I had saw like I didn't realize, I didn't see the article when it had came out 10 years ago or whatever, that Facebook had did an experiment, but the users signed up for it because, we always just like check yes to terms and conditions, and it's like you signed up to be in the experiment. But how they would give negative things to see the result, and then positive things in the feed to see the result. And it's just like, I don't know, it just makes me think about YouTube and how it's this discovery system, and how maybe like how not maybe how that's a part of the experiment. And it's like, what does that do to me and my mindset? It's like, then it just kind of like teaches me new ways to be intentional when I'm on the internet, of just like testing, especially like going in between YouTube and TikTok, and just like seeing how the algorithm is playing off of your emotions, and even trying to infiltrate your emotions and basically tell you how to feel. And it's like, especially like now that's transitioning to spring, like I use winter to just kind of like research and just like dig into wormholes, just kind of like allow myself to envelop and just like educate myself on like new ideas and things. And one of the things, like, I just recognized so much, and I was like, I wanted to bring it to my channel. I was like, I want to like, because like especially now with new um the new everything being new and stuff like that, uh I was like, the higher ups have so much power in like the fact that there's so much disbelief in like so many lies that are going on. It's like, how much of that is really affecting us, like the things that we don't know. And when I just dug down that wormhole, I was just like, oh my God, like, I just like, I don't even care anymore. That's why I was just like, just girl, just turn on the camera. Like at the end of the day, it's like, I feel like there's this divide because we have been so conditioned to, like, for a long time that you can't pinpoint it because it's just like little by little. It's like just like little subliminals over time. And I just like feel like it's like as creators we have a situation, but as a watcher it's like I was like, I don't want to do entertaining content because it's like I want to be original and focus on like things like that. But it's like as a watcher, you like the frivolous stuff, you like that. So it's just like it's still just this people pleasing thing of like others focus. And I feel like that's the thing too. It's like you have to, I'm learning how to balance selfishness and selflessness. It's like not doing what, it's like there's a balance of not doing what is expected of you, but also being mindful of who the audience is or who it could possibly be. But at the same time, just being yourself, because at the same time, I feel like, oh my God, my leg is going to sleep. Okay. I feel like at the same time, like, it's like we're just I feel like we're multidimensional as human beings. And I feel like if you just stick to one thing, it just doesn't allow you to grow. And I feel like as the numbers come, I was just like watching, because you can go into your analytics and you can kind of see, I guess they kind of show like videos of who they think that you're like, or the niche that you're like. And I clicked on one of them and I like looked in the comments to kind of see how people were talking and stuff like that. And I just like realized that when you get numbers and stuff like that and you build the community, I feel like the creator can also get stuck because you feel like, well, because the person subscribes and you feel like there's a thing that's keeping them there. And I feel like that's also a problem in real life that we don't like, is just like you don't like associates, because I feel like associates can just like one piece of you and you just feel like you have to do that one thing. But it's like they don't, they only like you in one form. It's like you have a person who only likes happy you, and then you have some people who only like you when you're down. I mean, that's toxic, but I feel like associates can kind of border on that line of, you know only liking pieces of you, and then you feeling stuck in a way. And I feel like it's so much different because you become the product on YouTube, on social media. You are the product. So then you just get bound in this one thing. And I know, like, I feel like the ones who are successful, of course, they just pick a niche and then they just show up as that one thing. But I just don't think that that's for everyone. And I think that because they set it up, it's so much easier. I think that's my point. I feel like it's so much easier to control people when they stay in one niche, because then it's like I can observe you more. I can infiltrate that world versus the diversity. And I watched that and was like, they've niched everybody and just kind of like push you in one area in a corner, and it's just like get to work and just like feed the people. And it's like that's what people want. It's like if you're a funny channel, it's like I want you to do that. But it's like because they've narrowed it down, I feel like when you're smaller and you're still trying to grow and figure it out, it can be more daunting because you're kind of robotically forcing your growth into a niche in a mold. But then it's just like you watch people who it's like they get to a certain point and then they want to break out of the mold, because I feel like the incentive might be like opportunities and money and things like that. So you censor, but then it's like, what are you giving up by censoring yourself? Like, what are you really giving up? And do you, it's like, I feel like it reminds me of The Little Mermaid, where she gave her voice away and she didn't think it was that important until she she needed to talk to the prince, and she needed to talk to the one she loved, and the thing she gave up was the thing that she really needed to help him recognize that it was her, and like she needed her voice. And I feel like that's what they're doing. They're taking something that right now you think is insignificant because you have the shiny new toy of like it's new, and you want to grow and you want the numbers and you want the community, but it's just like, is it really community? Is it really any of those things? And it's just like, I don't know, if we are to live to the phrase of do the thing, um live how you would live if you already had the money, if you already had everything that you think that you need to do to go ahead and get started. It's like I wrestle with that, because it's like at the same time, it's like if it's like, here's the overthinking. It's like if I had everything I needed to do the thing, I probably wouldn't even do it at all. So it's just like the balance of, if I had it all, but at the same time, if I didn't have anything and I needed to do it. So it's just like finding the push and the drive as if I had to do it, but at the same time having the mindset of abundance, of like I don't lack anything, like I don't need this kind of thing. Or and it's just kind of having building the strength of like selfishness. I notice it's like I need a little bit more selfishness of like not caring about, you know, almost like not caring about the future, because like just living in the now. I feel like that is just so powerful, of just like living in the now and just realizing that, I have everything I need right now. And I feel like everything is just moving so fast. Just like, you know, you have Elante wanting to go to Mars and everything like that. And it's just like all the space stuff. And it's just like you still just have pollution in our oceans and things like that. And you just watch how the people at the top and how they move, and then the real need. And it's just like, I think that ties into social media and how it's this new conditioning. And I don't know. I find it very interesting. I find it very interesting how they are going about everything. I think that, you know, as we see, I definitely see more and more people, you know, digging into the end times and like unveiling and just like showing how it lines up with Revelation. And I did a lot of digging and stuff like that. Well, new digging and stuff, and just like seeing everything that's going on. But it's just like everything's just happening day after day, day after day. And I just feel like it's just distracting, and it could just, the main thing I feel like that's being robbed is peace. Peace and joy and like all the like positive things to just get you focused on like negativity. And at the end of the day, it's like some stuff is not even happening directly. It's just like it makes it bigger than life because people are talking about it in that moment. And it's just like this is the attention, and because of the internet, it's like you have to be sensitive to what's going on, and slowly but surely it just like robs you of your voice. It's like bread and circuses, and it's just like conditioning the masses and things. And I'm just like watching it. I just think it's very interesting. I just find the whole thing very interesting. And yeah, I just want to show up, because it's like at the end of the day, it's like I'm just here with the camera, the algorithms. It's like Who knows who even watches it? Nobody even gets to the end. It's like, why do I even care? Why do I even care about like putting so much time and effort of, or not time and effort, but just like being in my head and overthinking things, when at the end of the day I could just post and do what I want, how I want to do it. And just like, it's like YouTube is dead, and like the old YouTube and the old way of doing it is dead. And it's just like, no, that's just a fallacy. It's just because you want a thing and you're willing to give up the old way to sacrifice for the new. It's like, no, the old way still works. It's just that the majority, what's the game? I can't think right now. Red light, green light, not Hunger Games. I always get it. Squid Games, just like Squid Games, the majority of people are going down the path of excitement and shiny new toy, sacrificing their voice, and certain freedoms for luxuries and stuff like that. And the people at the top, because they have everything and they have the power, they're just looking and they're observing, and it's just a game to them. And it's like, I won't play your silly games. I know your agenda and stuff like that. And it's like, I will continue to talk about it because I find it very interesting. It's very interesting to for me to see what's going on in like the blood moon. That was the thing too. I was going to wake up for the blood moon, and I just laid there in bed. No, I knew good and well I wasn't going to wake up for that. I set my alarm for like 2:30 or whatever when they said it was going to be. And it's like, I knew good and well I went to bed late. And yeah, most people even said that they didn't even see it. And it's like, I used to see blood moons all the time down south. And it's nothing really new, but it's just like all these like fascinating signs. It's like, it's not really, I don't know. It's just like, people are going to believe what they want to believe. I just realized it's like, because that was the thing. I wanted to unveil all the mysteries. Like, I was going to do a video on like unmasking the Super Bowl and like all the symbolism and everything like that. But I always like um future think of like, I'm always thinking in my head like, if something blows up, would I want to deal with this person or whatever? Because the algorithm is so weird. You honestly don't know. So you kind of want to think, you don't want to kind of be like, whatever, nobody's watching. And it's like, nobody's watching now, but somebody could be watching in the future. And it's like, do I want to deal with that person? Do I want to deal with the person who's just like, I don't believe that. Da, da, da. It's like, I don't have time. It's like, I don't care. I feel like it's not for us to convince anybody of anything. If you don't believe something, okay, it's not that serious. If you believe, okay, great. It's just like, at the end of the day, I just feel like the internet is just this MK Ultra. It's this new MK Ultra. I can't put a finger on it because I don't really know the mechanisms and stuff like that, but I know it's sinister and I know it's real. But because there's not a study on it, it's not real. It's technically not real. It's technically not happening. Technically, we have the control over it. All we have to do is that, and it's just this. But it's just like, if you're not in power, and if you have certain secrets and you have certain information, and you have people who rely on information to know and believe truth, I mean, you can't help a doubting Thomas. Like, the doubting Thomas needs to see in order to believe. So it's just like, whatever. It's like, I'll play dumb. Like, I don't need to be smart. I can be a idiot. Like, I don't, that, it's like, I had read somewhere or heard somewhere in a short where it was talking about how don't fight battles that you don't gain anything by winning. So I was just like, you know what? Who cares about what was said? I understand completely the different layers of the Super Bowl and everything like that. But who cares? It's like, if you saw it, you saw it. If you wanted to dig deeper, the signs were all there. All you had to do was look up the signs. And at the end of the day, okay, after that, then what? Are you going to be scared? Or is it going to bring you peace? And it's just like, you know what? Whatever. Like, at the end of the day, got to keep my peace and And yeah, it's like this stuff is not really real. It's just like what the powers want to focus on is negativity and controlling the masses. And it's just like, if I'm the experiment, then I'll play the Joker. It's like, I'll be crazy. It's like I can have the right mind, but it's just like if everybody else is going mad, or everybody wants to sacrifice their voice and just chase the shiny new toy, just let them chase the toy. I don't have to niche. I can just do what I want. Like being mindful, of course, of the balancing beam, but it's just like, and having a goal set, but it's just like, who cares? I can just do what I want. Like that's true freedom. Like I can do what I want. Like why care about sponsorships and all of this stuff to bring in money and revenue and stuff like that? If YouTubers said in the past that that's not what they did to get started, they just turned on the camera. And most people, when they got, that's the thing too, most people when they got started, it was just young, and in your mindset there is just like all you have is up to look for it, so you just try everything. And then as they go, and then they dangle money, and then the experiment began. That was when the I feel like I keep wanting to call it Hunger Games because that's what it was giving, but it's Squid Games. It's giving Squid Games. It's giving Squid Games, and every the majority is playing the games, and it's funny. It's funny to watch. And now I'm just like, I hear all the agendas, I hear all the conspiracies. I think it's quite interesting, and I tune in all the time. But it's just like at the end of the day, I mean, we are in the last days, so it's like people are either going to believe it, they're going to do whatever they want, because at the end of the day, the perilous times are actually real things that are happening to real people in real time, and they're just going to take us through it. And at the end of the day, as a creator, it's just like, like, who cares? Like, it's like I care, I really do, but it's just like people are just going to be so emotionally led, and it's like I can't be so caught up in the emotional effect of the internet as a creator, because I will never get anything done. And that was what was stopping me before. Is I literally bought I literally bought last year a book because I was so frustrated. I was so frustrated and I wanted to quit so bad. So I wanted to read a book to literally tell me to quit. And I realized, I was like, okay, Kari, there's something that you're doing wrong. You haven't even made the numbers yet. You haven't even built your community yet, and you're already wanting to quit. It's like it's all in your head. Nobody's even telling you anything right now. It's all in your head. It's like, what's the problem? And it's like, I was just being, I was just ingesting too much or internalizing too much and not really analyzing and checking in with how I was feeling when it came to how the world was reacting around me. And I was just like, you know what? I'm good. I'm like actually good. It's like some people could actually not be good, but it's like, I'm good. I got my mind. I know who Jesus is. I know the truth. I know the facts. People have the same access to truth and reality as I do. It's like I don't need to reinvent the wheel. I don't need to be something that I'm not. I don't have to be a pastor. I don't have to do any of those things. All I have to do is be myself. Like it's okay to be myself. I just like not everybody has to be on this like this pedestal. I don't have to be an expert. I don't have to have read every book. Like even though I need to get back into it because I've fallen off so much. I haven't like read a book, I feel like, and I read like a little bit of this book and I didn't even finish it. But and it's like I got to get back into it because it's like I can't let all the noise of the world ending in the doom and gloom get me. It's just like it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. It's not worth my peace. It's not worth any of that. So, yeah, that's my TED Talk. That's my little rant. This one could be like a little podcast, but it is what it is. We're showing up, we're getting comfortable, we're letting it flow, and I'm just practicing letting my true personality show through the camera. So, cuz it's like I don't need to be an expert. I don't have to be an expert. All I have to do is show up, bring my likeness to the internet, and hopefully the people come. Some of my favorite creators, most favorite creators, they just show up and I just like them for them. And it's just a rare thing when everybody is just chasing the cheese, chasing the money. And it's like, you know what? I said in another video, and it's like, I say this again, that every time I say something, the opposite happens. It's like it crashes, burns. But I said I was chasing the bear, and I have to focus on the bear. But at the end of the day, I have the bear. I have everything I need. I don't need to chase. I just need to be content. Being content is all I need to be right now. It's like stay content, and it's just like don't strive, don't ram into the wall like I need it, I need it, I need it, I gotta post, I gotta do this, I gotta do it in it. It's like no, I'm not doing any of that. I'm just going to chill. It's like I like talking in front of the camera and posting it in real time because I feel like I grow in new ways. It's like I while I might not want to be a beauty channel, I do like to challenge myself and use the internet as a way to stretch myself. And that's what I want this to be, a way to help me to grow, bringing my gifts to the world. And but the selfish part is just it's to help me grow. I feel like other creators could agree with that no matter what, monetary or not, that YouTube or just being on social media has a way of just helping you to grow in ways that you can't grow just not doing it at all. So and it's like that's the beauty in it. Growth is great. Growth is it's exciting to grow. So that's what I'm getting excited about. I'm excited to grow. And I'm content because I have everything I need. It's like I don't need to chase. All I need to do is be at peace. So yeah, that was a long goodbye, but hey, it is what it is. So yeah, I don't know if anybody made it to the end, but like I say, I hope everybody is. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I guess I'll do the YouTubey thing. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.